Virgo, your weekly love tarot reading begins with a Queen of Cups, the Moon, the Star, and the Five of Pentacles. Your person in this connection is coming in with the Knight of Cups, the Magician, the Three of Swords, and Temperance energy. At the bottom of this deck, we have the Two of Pentacles. So juggling a lot of responsibilities, a lot of jobs, perhaps, a lot of tasks, right? Maybe, you have to take care of kids as well as going to work. You may be working two jobs. You may be juggling between two different places, going from one to the next in this love connection. We're going to come back to that Two of Pentacles. It could be either way. This could be chaotic, or you could be sort of thriving in it all. There is Magician energy, but before we move ahead, let's go ahead and take a look at how you both come in. Both coming in with cups energy, but for you, you are resonating with that queen, and your person is resonating with that knight. So it's quite interesting. It feels as though this person is the one coming into you, Virgo. They're the one sort of taking the step to court you, uh, to make that move, right? To let you know that they're interested. It's way more than a curiosity. They may have even gone so far as to maybe ask you out on a date. Uh, if we're gonna get into some betrayal here, but on the surface, it feels new. For you, Queen of Cups, you are presenting Virgo with quite a lot of emotional maturity right now. I think that you're sitting back and you're kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with this person. Like, exactly how are they going to really come in to you? Like, what is it that they're going to do, to sort of get you? How are they going to impress you? What moves are they really going to make? I think you are feeling quite reserved at the moment, right? Six of Pentacles energy comes in for you, and Emperor energy. Wow. Okay, so Six of Pentacles almost feels like, for some of you Virgos, this connection has come out of a friendship with someone perhaps who you've been helping. You may have been helping them up until now with your time, your advice, your expertise, your wisdom. You're clearly a very sensitive soul who is willing to give of yourself, right? You do things from the heart. And it feels as if here, this may have indeed been a bit of that kind of a connection. And through all of that, this person has developed a bit of a crush on you, right? They're coming in with Emperor energy. They may indeed be used to running things themselves. They may indeed be used to being in charge, being the one who has all of the knowledge, all of the expertise, the leader of the team. And so it's very intriguing for them that you are actually in a position to help them. And this feels very strong, like the source of some of this interest here, you know? Um, Very busy. Some of you absolutely on the job sort of connection or romance. This may even be somebody who is a supervisor. You know what I mean? Like somebody who may even be above you in rank or in the business or company or job structure, and yet your graciousness and your ability to share and help them out is extremely intriguing to them. Now, how do you see each other? You see them as moon energy, and they see you as magician. So again, that all makes perfect sense because uh, in their eyes, you are presenting with strong, capable, talented energy, the energy of the magician. They see that your capabilities are immense, right? And so again, it really goes back to this kind of awestruck attitude that your person has towards you right now. You, however, see moon energy, and so you're cautious. Again, as I said at the beginning, Virgo, it feels as though you're being very, very cautious here. You're not immediately taking this attention and acting on it. You're not making any immediate decisions. You're trying to feel your way through. And again, you're cautious because I believe of the power dynamic that is here, right? You are absolutely dealing with somebody who is used to being in charge. Emperor is the card for Aries. You may be dealing with somebody who has fire in their chart, excuse me, or Aries energy in their chart. So again, I think that you are, you're just being really wary. And you're not really sure if this is just like a little bit of infatuation here because of this strong impression you're making on them. Because right now they require your assistance where they normally never really require anything from anyone. And so, again, you are just really uh, being very laid back and careful here. Page of Wands energy comes in, and High Priestess. So um, there is a feeling here with that Page of Wands that you are definitely going to be sticking to your guns in terms of remaining confident and moving forward, regardless of how you respond to this attempt to sort of begin to court you or woo you or anything like that. You're going to be remaining quite resolute and independent, Virgo. Page of Wands is very fearless, very unique, very exceptional, very authentic, and is not going to change for anyone, right? So you're holding on to that very, very strongly. Your person coming in with High Priestess, there are things that they aren't telling you for sure. There are secrets that they are keeping to themselves. And I would take care, honestly. Because quite frankly, this energy here does not feel like very deep love from them. It does feel as though you're dealing with somebody who's used to being in a position of power, and the fact that they are somewhat vulnerable right now or that they require help is really the only real reason that you are so intriguing to them. It's not so much that there's not that much of a feeling here as if they have really sort of connected with your soul or your spirit or who you are as a person. This is very much a need that you're filling for them. And so it's coming from that place. And again, as I said with the High Priestess, there are some secrets that are being kept from you, right? So let's carry on. How do you see your roles in this relationship? Interesting, this connection. Because indeed, there is a connection here. Let me be clear. There is something going on here, right? But I don't think it has been established just yet. So you see yourself as star energy, and your person is Three of Swords. So here comes the betrayal, right? For you, star energy again, alongside that fearlessness here of the page. I think that Virgo, you're going to be maintaining your goals. You're very experienced. This is a reading for a Virgo that's very experienced, very emotionally mature, and you know what you want. You know what your dream is, and specifically your own kind of goal uh, in life, right? Apart from any love connection, and you're remaining quite steadfast working on that. You're not allowing anyone to sidetrack you. You're certainly not allowing this person to sidetrack you. They see themselves as betrayal coming in, right? And this is what I was looking ahead to earlier that gave me some concern. They are absolutely keeping secrets. High Priestess is she's the keeper of secrets in the tarot. She's also the highest card for confidence and intuition. And so your person is resonating with a sense of confidence because they know something you don't. But nevertheless, there is some kind of betrayal that goes on. Okay? And I think the way that you present yourself with this strength and the fact that you didn't really bite onto whatever they were bringing to you has really made them sort of look at themselves, right? Because again, you're dealing with somebody who's used to being in a position of authority, of power, someone who probably also has been able to woo and court other people, date other people under these similar maybe circumstances, and then this person is the type of person to then just drop them and move on to the next thing. This is all about conquest for them, right? And I think because you don't fall for it, they really have a moment of looking at themselves and seeing truly how treacherous they are. Knight of Wands energy and the Wheel of Fortune. You may also be dealing with somebody who's actually married. Absolutely. I would not be surprised, especially if this person is a boss at your job or a supervisor of some kind, who is coming towards you with all of this flirtation, juggling a lot. Remember, Two of Pentacles, we come back to that. Juggling two situations or circumstances again. And so they really, I want to say they may have a moment of real shame, ultimately, because it just doesn't work here. Now, clarify all this with Knight of Wands energy, Wheel of Fortune. So you continue to move forward with your fire. You continue to sort of, overcome any sort of obstacles that are in the way of your objective, right? And your person is coming in with Wheel of Fortune energy. Again, I think you may be having to really put some effort into you maintaining your focus. I feel like the more that you don't give this person what they want, the more they're going to desire you. Activity, occurrences, events come in out of that Wheel of Fortune for your person, that continue to teach them a little bit of a lesson. However, yeah, you have a leftover. Let's talk about possible outcomes. Five of Pentacles and Temperance for them. So this betrayal here, again, even though you don't bite, even though you don't move forward towards them, or, you don't really respond in kind, or you're holding back, all of those things that I was talking about earlier, it still kind of comes back to bite you, right? I believe for some of you, this betrayal, it's absolutely their fault. They're the ones who sort of tried to get you. It didn't work, and yet they still, I think for some of you, they're still holding on to sort of like this idea or this lie, that it's your fault, that whatever happened, whatever they did to betray somebody else is your fault. Ultimately, Five of Pentacles may come in for you, Virgo, in as much as this person may show their true colors and ostracize you, even though you never sort of, you never acquiesced. And probably to a certain degree because you never acquiesced. It's like in other situations, this person has an energy of, playing the field, catching somebody. They're probably very attractive. Their authority gives them a sex appeal. They play the field, and then they just drop the person and forget about it, right? The person isn't necessarily ostracized or anything like that, or their livelihood affected. Their heart is affected. But here, because Virgo, because you kind of rebuff them, and because there is a certain level of embarrassment here, right? For some of you, this person is going to be making a real effort to make you pay. And you may ultimately have to leave your job or leave a certain circumstance as a result. Temperance energy comes in. They really try to temper what's going on. They really try to temper themselves and pull it back together. These are just possible outcomes here with this Five of Pentacles. Again, it may indeed come to pass that you do have a split here. There is kind of like suddenly, especially if you're working with this person, something that happens that really affects your livelihood, your finances. You really get stuck in the back. But ultimately, most of the time, these energies here are a one step backwards, two step forward. You come out of this shining, right? Your person is exercising a lot of temperance because they, to a certain degree, find themselves out of control. Spirit of the elephant, spirit of the pumpkin, and spirit of the crystal ball. Future predictions, divination. Spirit of the pumpkin, autumn, harvest, midnight. Oftentimes, this spirit of darkness and light card, spirit of the pumpkin, is a timing energy card. So it can indicate that some of this is going to come to a conclusion towards the autumn time. And then you have spirit of the elephant, community, social, companionship. See, however way that applies to you. You know, that Wheel of Fortune is quite interesting. Oftentimes, people assume that Wheel of Fortune only brings like happy events, perfectly happy events, fortuitous events. Sometimes the Wheel of Fortune can bring an event in that is a difficult event, that is tough, right? But that ultimately leads you to a better place. And I feel like this is how this Wheel of Fortune is coming in. There are things happening that are going to open your eyes that are ultimately going to lead you to a better place. Crow energy and panther, well, there you have it. The crow, air animal spirit associated with the messenger. The crow brings messages from the beyond, from our ancestors, our angels, our higher self, who, the other energies and forces in life besides the ones we see that often are trying to communicate with us. The crow is the animal spirit that's able to go between the two worlds. And this is all about tapping in, mentally, spiritually tapping in and paying attention to messages. Panther energy, fire energy. The panther pounces. The panther is synonymous with chaos. It is the animal spirit for chaos coming in and just disrupting everything, upending everything. And then when the dust settles, all of a sudden there's a freshness there. Some things that needed to be upended have been upended. Dust has been sort of, shaken up into the air and settled and able to get rid of, right? Dusty corners swept away. The panther brings with it the necessary shakeup that is needed to change a situation. And I do believe that some of that chaos is absolutely going to be coming in for you as a result of this person who's desperately trying to get you, but ultimately is not able to get you, right? And yes, that chaos comes in and may indeed for some of you result in a loss, a leaving, a separation, an ostracization, but ultimately leading you to a much better, more prosperous place. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there, Virgo. This is your weekly love tarot reading. Thank you so much for joining me today. I did do a reading earlier, just a one-off live stream. It was a special message. What you need to hear right now. So do check that out on my channel. I'm going to link that up in the corner for you. But for right now, guys, I'm just going to wish you love, life, and happiness. Every Thursday, I upload the weekly love tarot reading for all the earth signs. So I do hope to see you right back here on my channel next week for next Thursday for your weekly love tarot reading. Bye-bye, Virgo.